Nestled in the heart of Nairobi, Della's life thrived on the simple pleasures of urban life and the bright, shining hope of a future with her fiancé, Bob. Their love was a tapestry woven of shared dreams and the assurance they had complete understanding of the other until Della met a man only known in local legends as the Madman. Behind the eyes as stormy as the sky and words tinged with the power of wisdom from otherworldly sources, the Madman spoke of prophecies and destinies interwoven with threads of the ancient gods. Words of the Madman touched Della in a way she could not understand, even though it terrified her. Most of her fears unfolded when she discovered her pregnancy, a threat to the very fabric of her reality. Bob, a man of science and disbelief, had his life's principles tested and his heart cut as though a scalpel was wielded inside, and he harbored an unshakable love for Della, and yet betrayal sliced right through it. As Della struggled to make sense of her torn-up affections and puzzling prophecies, Bob turned into every man from every love-lorn tale, in search of an answer of the wrong kind, revenge. Greetings to everybody. Welcome to our Mythical African Tales by VC channel. I hope you all like our stories. If so, please subscribe to this channel to support us. Don't forget to like the video too. Have a nice day. His next steps led him to seers and witch doctors in the shadowy valleys just outside of our city. The valleys hum with the power of ancient rites and the whispered magic of the earth. They spoke of the child, a beacon of change, a vessel of power. No one could touch the unborn babe for Della. She was shielded from knowledge and nothing else by forces unknown and uncaring to human memory. As the day drew near, the heedless mouth of the Madman proved the truth. The child was to be a bond between the realms of the mortal and the divine. Eventually, by the grace of the same unknown power, Bob's vengeance was stilled for the two lives, Della and her unborn child. When the time came, Della gave birth under the watchful eyes of the reborn goddesses, with Bob by her side, his soul cleansed of worldly anger and linked to the mystical destiny of his family. The girl, Ayana, with eyes as stormy as her mystic father's, was born, a beautiful flower destined to traverse worlds. As Della and Bob embraced their new roles as Ayana's parents, the whispers of ancient prophecies still lingered around them. While Nairobi bustled energetically outside, a serene bubble enveloped their home, safeguarding the extraordinary presence of their daughter. Ayana grew, not just in height, but with a remarkable aura. By her 5th birthday, it was evident she was no ordinary child. Her laughter quieted the skies, and her tears seemed to summon the rain. The local community, aware of her mystically heralded birth, both revered and feared the powers she might possess. Bob, ever the skeptic, grappled with the tangible signs of his daughter's preordained fate. He adored her immensely, but was often caught in moments of doubt, pondering her future. Della, however, wholly embraced her role as the mother of a child who would bridge worlds, guiding Ayana with a gentle hand and an open heart. The return of the Madman. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple, the Madman reappeared. He had not aged a day since Della had last seen him, and his eyes still held the turbulent clouds of a gathering storm. He had come to see the child of whom he had prophesied, to witness the embodiment of the ancient powers. Della received him with a calmness that surprised even herself. The Madman, whose name was revealed to be Kiano, meaning the magician's trick, spoke of the coming days when Ayana would need to fully understand her abilities. There were forces at play, he explained, that sought to upset the balance of the natural world, and Ayana was central to maintaining harmony. Training and trials. Under Kiano's tutelage, Ayana learned to harness her powers. She communicated with the spirits of nature, controlled the elements, and even glimpsed the future. But with great power came great responsibility and great danger. Shadows lurked, watching Ayana's growth with intent, plotting to upset the balance she was destined to maintain. Watching his daughter's training, Bob found a new respect for the mystical world he had once doubted. His love and protection for his family deepened, forging him into a pillar of strength upon which both Della and Ayana could always rely. The challenge. As Ayana approached her 10th birthday, the balance she was meant to protect was threatened. An unnatural and harsh drought had struck Kenya. Rivers dried up, crops failed, and the people cried out for help. Ayana knew that this was her first true test. With her parents by her side and Keanu's guiding wisdom, Ayana stood at the top of Nairobi's tallest hill as the community gathered below. She closed her eyes and reached out to the heart of the land, her voice a soft melody rising above the silence of the parched earth. A new dawn, clouds gathered, dark and promising, as Ayana's song wafted through them. Rain fell, first a drizzle, then a torrential downpour that sang of life and renewal. The land rejoiced, the rivers sang, and the people danced in the rain, their hearts lifted by the miracle they were witnessing. When the storm cleared, Ayana stood, a small silhouette against the vast sky, her destiny no longer a whisper but a clear voice in the chorus of the world. Della and Bob embraced her, their eyes filled with pride, love, and a touch of awe. Through Ayana, they had learned that the line between the mystical and the mortal was not a barrier, but a bridge one that could be crossed with love, understanding, and courage. As they walked back down the hill, hand in hand, the path ahead was clear, lit by the stars and the boundless possibilities of their daughter's future. The battle of light and dark. As Ayana began her chant, the darkness seemed to pulse in response to her presence. Shadows swirled around her, a physical manifestation of Morowa's power, attempting to smother her light. But Ayana, centered and serene, reached deeper, calling upon the ancient spirits of the land, the sky, and the waters. Keanu, standing on the sidelines, fought to keep the dark forces at bay, his magic a vivid display of light against the encroaching darkness. It was a battle of wills, where every chant Ayana raised was met by Morowa's dark whispers. Triumph and reconciliation. The eclipse reached its peak, and at that moment Ayana's voice rose, a clear, piercing note that shattered the shadowy veil. Light burst forth as the sun reappeared, its rays like spears of pure energy dispersing the darkness. Morowa, overwhelmed by the resurgence of light and the unity of the people below, felt her power fade. In the aftermath, as the land healed and the light was restored, Ayana approached Morowa. Instead of vengeance, she offered understanding and a chance for redemption. Morowa, moved by Ayana's compassion and the community's unconditional support, realized the futility of her resentment. The Shadow Queen's heart, long shrouded in bitterness, began to seek the light. A new era. With Morowa's conversion, the balance was not only restored but strengthened. Ayana, with her unique powers, continued to grow, her role as keeper of the balance more defined than ever. Bob and Della, witnessing their daughter's journey from child of prophecy to leader of peace, felt a deep pride and an ever-deepening love for their extraordinary daughter. As the years passed, Ayana's legend grew, the story of a young girl who became a bridge between light and dark, teaching that the greatest strength lies in compassion and understanding. Her parents, her mentor Keanu, and even Morowa, now an ally, stood by her, symbols of the enduring power of unity and the enduring promise of a better tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like the video. If you want beautiful stories like this to come, you can express your opinions in the comments. Stay with love.